Looking to get online with a MiFi device? In this video, we've taken a look at 4 of the best MiFi devices you can buy at the moment, based on their download and upload speeds, battery life, Wi-Fi performance, and more. But before we begin, thanks to 3 for sponsoring this video. Their 4G hub and 5G hub routers offer a simple, cheap way to get online at home using mobile broadband, with really strong Wi-Fi and fast download speeds. Just put in your postcode on their coverage checker, which we've linked in the description, to find out if you can get the 4G hub or 5G hub at your address at the moment. Currently, for most people, 3's 5G MiFi device, the ZTE U50, is the best option on the market. Even though it's just a MiFi device, it still comes with a lot of the functionality you'd expect from a proper 5G router. For example, it comes with Wi-Fi 6, giving it really good Wi-Fi signal from our testing, and it even has external antenna ports, allowing you to boost your signal if you want to. But even just using the device's internal antennas, we got really good speeds from the ZTE U50, nearing 200 megabits per second with a fairly strong 8 to 9 megabit upload, which is pretty good for a MiFi device. This is plenty of bandwidth for most households, even if you want to get online with multiple devices at the same time. And as we touched on before, when we moved further away from the device, our download speeds did drop off, but not too much at all. Meaning, even on the other side of the house to the router, we still got strong download speeds and had no issues doing data-intensive activities, like streaming video in 4K. 3 has the fastest 5G speeds of any of the big 4 networks, and from our testing, this made a big difference. The other good thing about 3 with this device is, even though 5G MiFi is normally very expensive, as you can see from the £250 upfront fee on their 1-month contracts, if you don't mind committing for 24 months, they give you the ability to get the ZTE U50 with unlimited data for a very reasonable monthly cost. This isn't the cheapest MiFi device on the market, partly because it's a 5G option with extra functionality like Wi-Fi 6, and partly because 3 only sells it with an unlimited data plan. But if you're looking for a MiFi device with fast download speeds and really strong Wi-Fi, we think the ZTE U50 is definitely worth looking at. So click the link in the description to the 3 5G MiFi deals page to see what prices they're offering on this mobile Wi-Fi device when you're watching this. If you often travel the countryside, or you don't get good 5G in your area, you might be looking for 4G MiFi instead. And that's where EE 4G Wi-Fi comes into play. EE has the best 4G network in the UK, especially in terms of coverage, meaning with them, you can often get online in parts of the countryside that you can't with 3, Vodafone or O2. And for a 4G MiFi device, this is really quite a good bit of kit. It has really strong Wi-Fi, allowing you to connect up to 64 devices at once, compared to the 10 or so with most other 4G mobile broadband devices. And EE even advertises a 30-meter Wi-Fi range. We think this is a bit of an exaggeration in the real world. It's more like 20, but the Wi-Fi is really strong with this device. There's also quite a good range of data contracts to choose, which is good if this isn't going to be your main way of getting online. With 3, for example, you have to buy a plan with unlimited data, which is good because more data is always better, and most of the things we do online these days are quite bandwidth intensive. But if you're only using MiFi to check emails and that sort of thing, and it won't be your main way of getting online, you might not need unlimited data. There is one big issue with 3 4G MiFi though, and that's the prices they're charging. Across almost all of these plans, the monthly costs are really high. For example, unlimited data on a 24-month contract is £35 a month, which is more than what 3 is charging, even though their device supports 5G and isn't speed capped at 100 megabits. There are also sometimes quite high upfront costs, even on long-term contracts, although it is worth mentioning, you don't really have to be concerned about this speed cap, because even though EE 4G is quite good, you probably normally won't get speeds this fast, on their network anyway. There are other advantages to this device that you get in return for the quite high prices EE are charging. The battery life, for example, is really good for a 4G MiFi device, at around 8 hours of use or so, and it's really easy to get set up with. So if you want a really good 4G MiFi device on the best 4G network in the UK, and don't mind paying more for it, Click the link in the description to the EE MiFi deals page on their website and see what prices they're offering at the moment. If you want 4G MiFi and don't want to pay so much, 3's 4G device is also worth looking at. Just like the ZTE U50, they also sell this 4G Huawei MiFi device with the same choice of contracts on their website, unlimited data for 24 months, or a month-to-month plan, which still comes with unlimited usage. This 4G MiFi device isn't as good as the one EE sells. Its Wi-Fi signal strength and battery life both aren't as good, and it only supports 10 devices on the hotspot at once, which isn't that many compared to EE, and while 3 has the fastest 5G in the UK, their 4G speeds and coverage aren't as good as with EE on average. Despite that though, when we tested this device, we still got pretty good, consistent speeds with it, of around 30 to 40 megabits or so, with similar upload speeds to what we got with their 5G MiFi device. And in terms of price, 3 has a massive advantage over EE. Their 4G MiFi deals start at just £22 a month, with nothing upfront, including unlimited data, which is nearly half price compared to what you'd pay with EE. The prices are a bit higher if you want a pay-as-you-go contract, but the monthly fee is a lot lower than with EE's similar deal. The catch is though, if you don't use that much data, EE 4G MiFi can be cheaper. Their 25GB plan, for example, has the same upfront cost as EE's 1-month plan, but the £22 monthly cost is £10 a month cheaper than with 3 at the moment. We still think 3 4G MiFi is better value, given it always comes with unlimited data and still offers fast speeds. But if you don't want unlimited data, EE is competitive because their MiFi device is better and they have better 4G coverage. So if you want a 4G MiFi device, click the links in the description to the 3 and EE 4G MiFi deals page to compare their prices when you're watching this. If you want to buy a MiFi device and pair it with a SIM separately, you might want to look at Netgear's products. Their Nighthawk M3 is one of the best 5G MiFi devices on the market at the moment, although it's not cheap. So what do you get in return for your £450? Firstly, it comes with Wi-Fi 6 and has really strong Wi-Fi signal, as you'd expect at this price point. Essentially the same as using a proper 5G router, like the 3 5G hub. It also has a 13-hour battery life, more than essentially any other MiFi device on the market. And there's also a touchscreen to change settings, check your signal strength, view devices on the network, and you can use it for other functions as well. It recharges really quickly with USB-C and offers extremely fast download and upload speeds, assuming you're using it on a fast 5G network. And they even have this even more expensive M6 model, which is one of the only MiFi devices on the market to come with an Ethernet port. We think for most people, these devices are a bit overkill. Using the ZTE U50 on 3, for example, which doesn't cost anything near £450, we were still able to get good download speeds, even at long range from the mobile Wi-Fi device. And at 8 hours of battery life, we still found this was plenty for us. If you're using it as a portable solution, we think the price is a bit high for something that's probably going to get knocked around a lot. And if you lose it, replacing it is going to be very expensive. And if you're looking for a more permanent solution to get online at home using 4G or 5G, a 5G router like the 3 5G hub is going to be a lot cheaper and still offer really good download speeds and Wi-Fi. Check out the other videos on our channel to learn more about these devices. And if you are considering the Netgear Nighthawk M3, click the link in the description to its Amazon listing to see what price they're offering on it at the moment. If you want really good download speeds and strong Wi-Fi, we think 3's 5G MiFi device, the ZTE U50, is a really strong choice on their network. It's good value for money on a long-term plan, has good battery life, and offered fast download speeds from our testing. On the other hand, if you're only looking for 4G, EE has the best network and the best 4G device. but they can be expensive if you want a high data limit. 3 4G MiFi is a better choice if you want unlimited data for a much more reasonable monthly cost, but their Huawei device isn't quite as good as the one that EE sells. Remember, click the links in the description to all of the MiFi devices we reviewed in this video to compare what they cost when you're watching this. And if you have any questions about choosing a mobile Wi-Fi device to buy, leave us a comment below and we'll reply as soon as we can.